What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with the RK Outpost, and Alec Baldwin has stayed relatively silent about what happened on the set of Rust, where he shot and killed a woman, Helena Hutchins, and injured the director, Joel Souza, with the exception of one roadside press appearance when he and his wife came out there to speak to the press and spent the entire time playing victim, trying to blame them for asking him questions and trying to garner sympathy for everyone, because that's who Alec Baldwin is. Well, all that is changing now. We found out this morning that Alec Baldwin sat down with George Stephanopoulos for an interview, the first interview he's truly given since this happened. And the way that this is all being presented already, you can tell that it's supposed to make Alec Baldwin a sympathetic figure, that it's supposed to make excuses for Alec Baldwin after taking the life of Helena Hutchins. And now we have Alec Baldwin saying things that are very contrary to what many other people, including the two who are filing a lawsuit against Alec Baldwin, have claimed. Here's the headline. Alec Baldwin says he, quote, didn't pull the trigger in first sit-down interview since the Rust shooting. Now, when it was announced that this was going to happen, a lot of people had a similar reaction as Jack Posobiec. The regime is protecting their man as you knew they would. The game is rigged. Alec Baldwin is sit down for 90-minute primetime interview with George Stephanopoulos. And we have a trailer that we are going to watch for this. We're going to break down exactly what Alec Baldwin is saying in this little 2-minute trailer. It is completely dramatized. It's got sad music in the background. It's got Alec Baldwin with a tear. It's got all this stuff. This is specifically designed to protect Alec Baldwin, to make him appear like a victim. And in fact, I think Alec Baldwin is lying about a lot of this, especially when you look at the statements of everyone else on the set of Rust. But let's take a watch at what he says in this. This is ABC News. George Stephanopoulos. Alec Baldwin's he's not really gonna answer too many things here, but you do get some insight into exactly how they're gonna try to present this man. This is disgusting.
She was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with and liked by everyone who worked with and admired.
This is an actor. For those people that are going to say, including George Stephanopoulos himself, they're about to talk about how emotional he is, how broken up he is, all these things. Keep in mind that Alec Baldwin is an actor.
I mean, even now, I find it hard to believe that. It just doesn't seem real to me.
You haven't said much in public since that tragic accident. Why speak out now? I think the big question, and the one you must have asked yourself 1,000 times, how could this have happened?
Listen to, again, the music, the overproduction. How many times are they going to cut to one thing, cut to another, cut some of his sentence out? They're going to portray it exactly like Alec Baldwin wants it to be portrayed.
You've described it as a 1 in a trillion shot, and the gun was in your hand. How do you come to terms with that? It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No. I would never point a gun at anyone and pull a trigger at them, never.
What did you...
All right, so let's just stop right there. This is the first time we've heard this. This is the very first fucking time we've heard this from Alec Baldwin. All this time. First time he's ever said, I didn't pull the trigger. He's had so many opportunities to say that. He has had multiple opportunities to say this, yet this is the first time now. And of course, I think a lot of it has to do with all of the lawsuits that are being filed against him. Alec Baldwin accused of acting recklessly with prop gun in new Rust shooting lawsuit. And in this one, filed by this person, I forget her name, Mamie Mitchell. Mamie Mitchell. She actually contends that Alec Baldwin cocked and pulled the trigger. That's what she says happened. And we have a lot of similar statements from other people that witnessed this, that were on the set. But Alec Baldwin is now coming out and saying, I never pulled the trigger. Judge for yourself whether you think this sack of shit's lying or not, I suppose. But let's continue on here. Watch the rest of this dramatized garbage.
You think happened? How did a real bullet get on that set?
I have no idea. Someone put a live bullet in a gun. A bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property.
How do you
Of course, they're setting this up to blame somebody else. Maybe they're going to say, well, maybe someone just didn't like me. Maybe it was intentionally getting me. Maybe it was a Trump supporter that did it. I kid you not. I guess we'll have to see during this interview.
On to actors like George Clooney who say that every time they were handed a gun, they checked it themselves. Your emotions are so clearly so right there on the surface. You felt shock. You felt anger. You felt sadness. Do you feel guilt? You said you're not a victim, but is this the worst thing that's ever happened to you?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Because I think back, and I think of what could I have done.
Oh, really? Well, you could have not pointed the gun at Helena Hutchins. You could have, as producer of this entire thing, had more concern over safety on set that was brought up multiple times. Concerns about the armor, concerns about prop misfires, all of these things that happen, Alec Baldwin. That's what you could have done. And also, you could have checked the weapon when it was given to you. This entire thing is an attempt to make Alec Baldwin look good, to make him look like a sympathetic figure, to make people feel bad for Alec Baldwin. Is there any doubt in anyone's mind after watching this little preview that that's what the intention is? Let's see if there's anything else. I don't think there is.
Alec Baldwin Unscripted, the news-making special event, tomorrow night at 8/7 Central on ABC, and stream on Hulu.
So that's going to take place tomorrow, it looks like. Tomorrow night. I'm sure we're going to have a lot to talk about after this actually airs. Alec Baldwin Unscripted. All this dramatized music in the background. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. The fact that they're going through this to make Alec Baldwin look sympathetic when a woman is dead. A woman is dead from this. Alec Baldwin could have said a million times, I didn't pull the trigger. He said, oh, they're doing an investigation, they're doing all that, I can't talk about it. Well, now you're sitting down in a controlled environment with George Stephanopoulos. Now you're sitting and talking to the mainstream media, people who lie for a living, the enemy of the people. That's what Alec Baldwin is deciding to do. A couple of these quotes, right? Someone put a live bullet in a gun, a bullet that wasn't even supposed to be on the property. And I ask you, for all these little sound bites, does Alec Baldwin seem genuine to you, or does he seem just like he is when he's acting in anything else? The way he speaks, the way he looks, everything. That's the question that I think I'm going to ask everybody when they watch this. It's really pitiful. You know, it's going to be interesting to see a 90-minute interview or whatever talking about this with Alec Baldwin and George Stephanopoulos. Posobic's right, though. Right? The regime is protecting their man. The game is rigged. I think there is a lot of blame to go around. I think there's a lot of blame to go on the armor, a lot of blame to go on the AD, but also there's a lot of blame for Alec Baldwin. And this interview is all going to be geared towards you not feeling that anymore, because that's the BS that they're pushing. Let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my PO box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.